Beef pastel is my favorite pastel of all time. Now I hear people talking all kind of craziness about chicken pastel better than beef pastel and thing. I don't know about that. I mean, to each their own, but for me, beef pastel is the flagship pastel. So today, I'm not gonna make a pastel because listen, respect to the people who just make pastels. That is a lot of work. What I am going to do is show you how to make the perfect filling, which is the beef filling to fill the beef pastels. I want to show you how to make it real delicious. A hit every single time using special ingredients. Alright, so we have some onion, garlic of course. No pastel is complete without olives, some capers. So I have some green seasoning here, and in this I have garlic, I have pimento, I have thyme, shadow benny. So we're good to go here. Tomato paste is a must for me when I'm making this. Of course, bay leaf is bay, so I have 2 bay leaves. Ruku is a must in this, so we adding a touch of ruku in this. Of course, for my spices, I have some ground jeera, chili powder, and clove powder. I really like clove when making beef. I find clove is a real nice spice in there. It's Christmas, so I have some fresh Portuguese thyme. And the secret ingredient that I'm going in with today, I mean, it's not a secret ingredient because obviously it's on display for everybody to see. This is Angostura's 200-year anniversary limited edition bitters. I have not used this before. I literally went and picked it up today, bought it today. So I'm gonna try it. I was gonna use the aromatic bitters, but I was like, you know what? It's a celebration. 200 years of Angostura bitters. So we're going in with this. And I'm gonna let you know how it go. I'm gonna open the box and see what's going on in there. Let's see what's going on. That kind of, alright. All the fancy thing, all the fancy. Look at that. I have a history of the bitters there. Tell me a little bit about the label, the iconic label. I almost don't even want to open up this bottle and use it because, I mean, look at the packaging. It's looking real good. But we gotta do what we gotta do. We're not here to stand on ceremony. We're here to cook. So, it's not smelling like the aromatic bitters. It is a different aroma. Obviously they're not gonna tell you what's in there, right? Because the aromatic bitters formula is a secret, but yeah, definitely getting some different spices in there. Now we're gonna use it in this, it's gonna be good. Let me get into this. 200-year business. So here now, with all the excitement of the Angostura 200-year limited edition bitters, I forget to mention the most contentious ingredient here, and that is raisins. And I know a lot of people like to bash raisins in the pastel, but for me, raisins is a must. Come on, elevate all your palate, elevate your palate. The raisins there to, be a counterpoint, a contrast to the, tartness and the acidity of the capers and the olives. I mean, all the savory notes that you have in there. You have all kind of spice, you have the aromatics, you have the beef, the richness of the beef, the raisins in there as a nice little counterpoint, a contrast, but still complementary. Come now, man. A little fight down the raisin. It's traditional things. It's how I know it. Raisins is a must in my thing. So, I mean, if you want to, leave it out. But for me, raisins is a must. So we're using this. All right, there we go. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to brown my meat. Now, I know usually when people making this, they would just, saute all the aromatics with the meat one time, but nah, not me. Get some caramelization going, render off the fat from it, let the liquid content in it evaporate, and then we'll get to add in the aromatics and all that. We're not boiling the mincemeat. You don't want the mincemeat to cook in liquid before it even gets some color on it. Nah. In these early stages, I will season with some salt and some black pepper. So you see all that water content that getting released from the minced beef. That is an important part of this cooking process. Letting that cook out, letting that evaporate. You don't want to tasteless minced meat. You want it real flavorful. And part of getting this flavorful is rendering out all of that out of the meat. So you're going to cook out all this liquid. All that liquid there, you're going to make sure all that is cooked out of the meat before we start adding the aromatics and the spices and things. Alright, so you hear how that going snap, crackle and pop there? That is what we're looking for. We want the meat to start frying. We want caramelization going on. As you can see here, all the liquid has evaporated. The fat has been rendered. So, good to go here. Now I'm going to transfer the meat back into the bowl. Okay, time to build flavors now. Going in with a little bit of olive oil. Starting with our onions. While we at it, we could go in with our ground jura or cumin, chili powder, and ground clove. Now we're going to add my garlic. Give that a little toss. Going in with the green seasoning. Tomato paste. Now we're going to reintroduce our beef back into the pot. Give that a little toss. At this point, I'm going in with a couple liberal dashes of our Angostura 200-year limited edition bitters. Adding a touch of ruku. And now we're going in with 3 cups of water. Seasoning again with a little more salt, black pepper, add in our bay leaves, add in our raisins. And we add in the raisins now because we want them to rehydrate and plump back up while the beef is cooking and soak up all that good flavor. Now we're going to cover this, reduce the heat to medium-low, and allow this to simmer for about 45 minutes or so. Okay, so 45 minutes later, and boom, rich, smelling, flavorful. Yes, man. Finishing touches, of course, we gotta go in with olives. That is a must in our pastel filling. Capers. Now I just wanna finish off with some fresh thyme. You could use fine thyme here, but I'm using Portuguese thyme. So we're just gonna give this a nice toss. Incorporate all those lovely ingredients. Proper. Alright, so this is it here. Our mincemeat filling for our pastel. Just gonna go in and give it a taste. Listen, it only have one word I could use to describe the flavor of this pastel filling, and that word is robust. It's real, rich, hearty, robust flavor coming through here. Robust is the word we go in with. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I went a little heavy on the clove, so I'll probably dial it back in the written recipe. Instead of using a teaspoon, I might use like half a teaspoon or even 3/4 teaspoon. You'll still get it, but it wouldn't be as prominent in there. I think I want it more as a undertone, as a flavor that's kind of underpinning everything else rather than in your face, because clove is a very strong spice. But all in all, listen, everything working here in harmony. It's a real harmonious blend of flavors. You put this in any pastel, and trust me, you're winning. You don't even have to put it in a pastel. You can put it in a hop spread and all and call it Christmas. Trust me, you're winning with this. Special thanks to Angostura. Happy 200th anniversary to Angostura Aromatic Bitters, a household name in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we use that in here to incorporate great aromatic flavor into our beef pastel filling. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and give it a share. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.